The face of the nation's drug addict is changing.
Many moms are popping pills from Percocet to Xanax just to get through the day. CBS 5 Investigates Heather Moore takes us inside this disturbing trend. Heather?
Well, Sean and Catherine, this is a very casual mentality toward a very dangerous way of life. Hey, a doctor's prescribing it, it must be okay. But Arizona has one of the highest death rates in the country from prescription drug overdoses. Here's one woman's story.
During the 2 years, I was what you would say probably a functioning drug addict. It was something I did from morning till night, something I was ashamed of.
For a long time, Lori was someone who appeared to have it all together.
I own a business in Scottsdale.
A successful business, a lot of friends, a beautiful home, and a loving family. Then the economy took a turn, and so did the 40-year-old mom's life.
It started with some financial stress, and my doctor put me on a Xanax prescription, as well as some antidepressants and for some anxiety.
The drugs had an immediate effect.
When I first started, it worked.
And because it worked, she wanted more.
The more that I took, the less it worked, so I had to up it.
Soon she supplemented her doctor's prescription
I could get a pill from anyone.
any way she could.
At a school function, those women just carry them in their purse.
A network of medicated moms toting powerful opioids and antidepressants to stimulants that temporarily transform them into high-energy supermoms.
It's so prevalent in an area like this.
What would we be surprised to know?
You would be very surprised to know that it is in more households than you would ever believe. So many housewives.
Valley housewives who can easily get a prescription.
They know which doctors prescribe. They all go to the same ones.
Lori eventually ordered Xanax and pain pills online, visited random pain clinics, and made frequent trips to Mexico.
And I literally would go around to pharmacy and stock up on it.
A dangerous habit that's turning ordinary moms into common criminals and bona fide drug addicts.
At the very end, I had an actual dealer. So, pretty tough stuff for me to say.
I can tell you they're as addictive and probably worse than many of the street drugs out there.
Dr. Michael Yasinski says it's shocking how many affluent middle-aged women are getting hooked on prescription drugs.
It's a rampant drug movement out there where moms and grandmothers and all sorts of people in that community are using.
According to the CDC, sales of prescription painkillers have quadrupled in recent years, and 1 in 8 Americans are reportedly taking Xanax.
You pop it and magically you feel better.
Ideally, who are these meds for?
Anti-anxiety medicines are for people with legitimate anxiety, some kind of really stressful situation.
We pulled the data to find the top 5 drugs dispensed last year in Arizona. Prescriptions for OxyContin seeing the most dramatic increase in the past couple years.
What are some of the biggest reasons that your patients, these women and moms, ask you for a prescription?
When they start to lose this superficial type of stuff that kept them happy, there's an emptiness left inside, and that's typically when they start to look for something to fill and numb that emptiness, which is really painful.
It was definitely a numbing factor, but the problems didn't go away.
In fact, for Lori, they got worse. Her drug habit became incredibly expensive.
$2,000 to $3,000 a week.
But it ultimately cost her so much more.
Things were starting to fail. My business was failing, my friendships were failing, my marriage was failing, and it was going downhill pretty quick.
Until one night, she hit rock bottom.
Honestly, the night that I decided to quit, I thought my family was going to bury me.
Lori has been clean now for 2 years. She said getting there, though, was the hardest thing she's ever done. Dr. Yasinski says you can run from your feelings, but you can't hide because ultimately emotions are meant to be felt, dealt with, and processed in order to move on and function normally again.